Asia is full of famous destinations. You know the names, you've seen the pictures: Bangkok, Tokyo, Bali. They are shouted from the rooftops of the travel industry. They are plastered across your social media feed, a constant glittering parade of the familiar. But these hidden gems, these are the ones most travelers never see. They exist in the quiet spaces between the headlines, in the shadows of the world's great monuments. They are the whispers in a market, the steam rising from a bowl of noodles on a street you can't find on a map. This is where the real story begins. This is where the world opens up, raw and unfiltered. We are sold a myth, the myth of the seen world, that a place can be captured in a single perfect photograph, that a culture can be understood through a checklist of top 10 attractions. But what if the most important parts are the ones left out of the frame, the places that don't make the glossy brochures, the experiences that can't be bought or prepackaged? These destinations don't give postcard moments. They give something far more valuable. They offer a connection, a genuine, sometimes complicated, but always honest look at life as it is lived, far from the curated perfection of tourist hotspots. The pull of the unknown is a powerful thing, a quiet rebellion against the predictable, the choice to turn left when the crowd turns right. Why do it? Because in the quiet, you find clarity. With fewer crowds, you find space to breathe, to think, to truly see what's in front of you. You find people living their lives, not performing. You share a meal that wasn't designed for a foreign palate. You hear stories that aren't part of a script. This is the search for authenticity, peeling back the layers, understanding that the map is not the territory. We will explore places that have been overlooked, corners of a continent that have remained in the shadows, not just pretty landscapes or empty beaches. We are looking for something more, the Asia most people never see, the one that challenges you and changes you, reminds you the world is still full of secrets waiting to be discovered. Travel deeper, travel wiser. So, what is the reward for taking this path? It's not just about bragging rights or being different for the sake of it. There are real, tangible benefits to seeking out places time and tourism have forgotten. Let's talk about value. Your money goes further here. $1 spent in a local guest house, $1 spent in a family-run restaurant. It builds a connection. It supports a community directly. You get a better meal, a warmer bed, a story to go with it, all while paying less than in crowded centers of mass tourism. Then there is the peace, the profound, soul-stirring quiet you find when you step away from the noise. Imagine a mountain valley, wind and the distant call of a bird, or an ancient city at dawn. Empty streets and the ghosts of history. These moments are modern luxuries. They can't be manufactured or sold. They're earned by taking the road less traveled, choosing solitude over spectacle. In these quiet moments, a place reveals itself. This essay is your guide to that road. We will journey across a continent, from the vast empty steppes of Central Asia to the forgotten islands of the Pacific. We'll visit around 15 destinations, each a world unto itself. For each place, the lay of the land, how to get there, what to see, how to do it with respect. We'll talk about sustainability, about being a guest, not a conqueror. These are not just destinations, no, they are communities, they're fragile ecosystems, they are homes. We'll give practical details, best times to visit, the easiest ways to get around, but more importantly, the feeling of a place, the taste of its food, the rhythm of its life, the spirit of its people. This is a journey for the curious, for the traveler whose greatest discoveries are often within. So, get ready. We're about to explore a side of Asia that will surprise, inspire, and maybe change how you think about travel. The path is waiting. Our journey begins where the maps often go blank, in the heart of Siberia, Russia, China, Mongolia, Kazakhstan. This is the Altai Republic. Soaring mountains, turquoise rivers, ancient spirits. It is a place that has been fiercely protected by its geography and its people. Forget the cliches of a frozen wasteland. This is Siberia's sacred heart, a vibrant, breathing wilderness that feels like the beginning of the world. It demands to be felt. The air here is thin and pure, carrying the scent of pine and wild herbs. This region is overlooked because it is remote. It requires effort. No direct international flights to Gorno-Altaysk, no high-speed trains whisking you through its valleys. The journey itself is part of the experience. You must drive, often for hours, on roads that dwindle from pavement to dirt tracks. This isolation is its shield, kept the tour buses at bay, preserved a way of life deeply connected to the land. Nature is a living entity, a source of power and spirituality. The people of Altai are the guardians of this land. Many follow the traditions of their nomadic ancestors, moving with their herds across high-altitude plateaus. Tengrism, a form of shamanism, a deep reverence for the natural world. Every mountain pass, every spring, every ancient tree has a spirit. You will see colorful ribbons or jalama tied to branches, offerings to these spirits. This is not a performance for visitors, a fundamental part of their worldview, a constant conversation between humanity and the earth. To travel here is to be a guest in a sacred space. Your journey will likely start in Gorno-Altaysk, but the true Altai begins as you drive south along the Chuya Highway. This road is an artery pumping life through the mountains, rolling hills, dramatic river canyons, and stark, beautiful high step. Forget rigid itineraries. The best way to experience Altai is to be open to the unexpected. Stop at a roadside cafe for a plate of chebureki, accept an invitation for tea in a traditional yurt. Let the rhythm of the road guide you. This is a place that rewards patience and curiosity. The Golden Mountains of Altai are a UNESCO World Heritage Site, a title that speaks to their global importance. But this is not a museum, it is a living, breathing ecosystem. The best time to visit is during the short, vibrant summer from June to August. The valleys are covered in wildflowers. The mountain passes are clear of snow. This is the season for trekking, horseback riding, rafting down glacial-fed rivers. Local guides, often from families here for generations, can lead you to places no map will show. They know the trails, they know the weather, they know the stories whispered by the wind. Travel here requires a certain mindset. It is not about comfort in the conventional sense. Accommodation is often simple, rustic guest houses, wooden cabins, homestays in yurts. This is a chance to disconnect. Little to no cell service in the remote valleys. The entertainment is the star-filled sky, the crackle of a campfire, the sharing of stories. Practicality is key. Pack layers of warm clothing, bring sturdy hiking boots, bring a good waterproof jacket, be prepared, be self-reliant. One of the most profound experiences is the Ukok Plateau, a high remote plain near the border with China, considered sacred by the Altai people. Rolling grasslands, glacial lakes, ancient burial mounds, kurgans. The Siberian Ice Maiden was found here, a 2,500-year-old mummy preserved in permafrost. To stand on the plateau is to feel the scale of time and history. Getting here is a challenge, and a sturdy 4x4, an experienced guide. The reward is solitude and connection. Sustainable travel is a necessity here. Now, the Altai ecosystem is fragile. Step into a delicate balance. Leave no trace. Pack out what you pack in. Respect local customs and sacred sites. Ask permission before photographing people. Support local communities. Hire local guides. Stay in family run guest houses. buy handcrafted souvenirs. Travel with respect and intention. You are helping preserve this extraordinary place for generations. Section 3. Svaneti, Georgia. Towers against the sky. From the vast steppes of Siberia, we travel west to the towering peaks of the Caucasus. Here, nestled in the northwestern corner of Georgia, lies a region that seems to have been forgotten by time. This is Svaneti, a land of myth and legend, of blood feuds and unbreakable traditions. It is famous for one thing above all else, its stone defensive towers. These koshkabi rise from the valleys like ancient sentinels, silent witnesses to a history of defiance and independence. They were built between the 9th and 12th centuries, a place for families to retreat during times of invasion or conflict. Svaneti was, for centuries, almost completely isolated from the rest of Georgia. The high mountain passes were snowed in for most of the year, creating a natural fortress. This isolation preserved a unique culture, a distinct language, and a fierce sense of identity. The Svans are a people of the mountains. Their character has been forged by the harsh landscape and a history of self-reliance. They are known for their hospitality, but also for their pride. To visit Svaneti is to step into a storybook, a medieval landscape that has somehow survived into the 21st century, Why is it so often missed? For a long time, Svaneti had a reputation for being inaccessible and dangerous. The roads were treacherous, and lawlessness was a problem. But in recent years things have changed dramatically. The main road to Mestia, the regional capital, has been paved and improved. A small airport now connects it to the rest of the country. Yet the perception of Svaneti as a wild and difficult frontier persists, keeping mass tourism at bay. It remains a destination for the more adventurous traveler, the one willing to trade convenience for an experience of raw, untamed beauty. The journey to Svaneti is an adventure in itself. The road from Zugdidi winds its way up into the mountains, a dizzying series of switchbacks that offer breathtaking views of the Nguri River gorge below. With every kilometer, the modern world feels further away. The air grows cooler, the landscape more dramatic. You pass through small villages where life moves at a slower pace. Finally, as you round a bend, you see them, the first of the stone towers, clustered together on a hillside. It is a sight that never fails to inspire awe. You have arrived in a different world. Section 4. The Keepers of the Caucasus. The best time to visit Svaneti is from early summer to early autumn, roughly June to September. During these months, the weather is mild, the hiking trails are open, and the valleys are lush and green. This is the perfect season to explore the region on foot. One of the most popular treks is the 4-day hike from Mestia to Ushguli. This trail takes you through some of the most spectacular scenery in the Caucasus, past ancient villages, wildflower meadows and glaciers that cling to the sides of the mountains. It is a challenging but incredibly rewarding journey. Ushguli is the jewel in Svaneti's crown. It is a community of 4 villages and is recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Believed to be the highest continuously inhabited settlement in Europe, it sits at the foot of Mount Shkara, Georgia's highest peak. To walk through the narrow, muddy lanes of Ushguli with its dozens of stone towers piercing the sky is to feel like you have traveled back 1,000 years. Life here is still governed by the seasons. The people are farmers and herders, their lives inextricably linked to the land. It's a place of profound beauty and powerful silence. Svan culture is rich and complex. Their music, with its polyphonic chanting, is hauntingly beautiful. Their cuisine is hearty and delicious, designed to sustain life in the mountains. Be sure to try kubdari, a flat bread stuffed with spiced meat, And tashmijabi, a stretchy, cheesy potato dish that is the ultimate comfort food. Hospitality is a cornerstone of Svan life. You will likely be invited into a home for a meal and a glass of cha-cha, the potent local spirit. Accepting this hospitality is a sign of respect. It is an opportunity to connect with the people who are the true guardians of this land. When you travel in Svaneti, remember that you are a guest in a proud and traditional society. Dress modestly, especially when visiting churches and monasteries. Always ask for permission before taking photographs, particularly of the older generation. The infrastructure is developing, but it is still basic in many areas. Expect simple guest houses with shared bathrooms. Embrace the simplicity. Support the local economy by hiring local guides and drivers and by purchasing crafts from local artisans. This is a place that gives back far more than it asks, offering a glimpse into a world that is rapidly disappearing. Section 5, the Kazakh Steppe, Echoes of the Eagle Hunters. Our path now leads east again to the vast windswept heart of Central Asia, the Kazakh Steppe. This is one of the largest dry grassland plains in the world, an immense sea of grass that stretches to an endless horizon. For many, this landscape is a void, a place to be flown over on the way to somewhere else. But to see it that way is to miss the point entirely. The steppe is not empty. It is full of space, full of history, full of a subtle and profound beauty. It is the cradle of nomadic civilizations, a land that has shaped the soul of a nation. This region is overlooked because it defies the typical tourist gaze. There are no grand monuments, no dense forests, no dramatic coastlines. Its beauty is minimalist. It is found in the curve of the earth, the color of the sky at sunset, the sight of a herd of wild horses galloping across the plains. To appreciate the steppe, you must slow down. You must adjust your eyes to a different scale of beauty. It requires a shift in perspective, a willingness to find wonder in subtlety. This is not a place for checklists. It is a place for contemplation. The spirit of the steppe is embodied in its people, and nowhere is this spirit more alive than in the ancient tradition of eagle hunting. The Burkichi, or eagle hunters, are masters of a craft passed down through generations. They form an incredible bond with golden eagles, training them from a young age to hunt foxes and other small animals. This is not a sport. It is a way of life, a sacred partnership between man and bird. Seeing a burkichi on horseback, a magnificent eagle on his arm, is to witness a living link to the time of Genghis Khan. To experience this tradition, you must travel to the smaller towns and rural areas, particularly in the regions around Almaty or in the far east of the country. The best time to see the eagles in action is during the cool autumn and winter months. Festivals celebrating the art of the eagle hunters are held in some villages, offering a rare chance to see these masters compete and demonstrate their skills. These are not large commercial events. They are community gatherings, raw and authentic. Getting there often involves long drives and basic accommodation, but the experience is unforgettable. Travel on the Kazakh steppe is about the journey itself. The best way to explore is by hiring a car and driver or by joining a small locally run tour. This gives you the freedom to stop wherever you please, to photograph the wild tulips that carpet the plains in the spring, to visit a remote mausoleum rising unexpectedly from the flat earth, to share a cup of fermented camel's milk or shubat with a family of herders. The roads can be long and sometimes rough, but the sense of freedom is unparalleled. Out here the sky feels bigger, the world wider, away from the modern city of Astana and Almaty. Small towns offer a glimpse into a different side of Kazakhstan. These are not polished tourist destinations. They are working towns, places where life moves at a slower, more deliberate pace. Here you will find bustling local markets filled with the produce of the land. You can eat in simple canteens, enjoying hearty dishes like beshbarmak, the national dish of meat and noodles. This is where you connect with the everyday reality of the country. Far from the gleaming skyscrapers and international hotels, it is an honest and humbling experience. The best seasons to explore the steppe are spring, April to May, and autumn, September to October. In spring, the grasslands burst into life with a kaleidoscope of wildflowers. The air is fresh and the temperatures are pleasant. In autumn, the landscape turns a beautiful golden brown, and the crisp air is perfect for hiking and exploration. The summer can be extremely hot, while the winter is brutally cold and snowy, making travel difficult. Planning your trip for these shoulder seasons will provide the most comfortable and visually stunning experience of this unique environment. Visiting the steppe is an exercise in respect for a powerful and unforgiving nature. Always travel with plenty of water, food and fuel. Let someone know your itinerary, as mobile phone coverage is sparse to non-existent in many areas. When interacting with local people, especially herders and nomads, approach with humility. A small gift, such as tea or sweets, is often appreciated. Learn a few words of Kazakh or Russian. A simple salametsiz, be hello, can open doors. The steppe does not give up its secrets easily, but for those who approach it with an open heart and a spirit of adventure, the rewards are immeasurable. We move south, leaving the vast plains behind, and climb into the embrace of the clouds. Our destination is Meghalaya, a state in northeast India whose name translates from Sanskrit to abode of the clouds. This is not just a poetic title, it is a literal description. This is one of the wettest places on earth, a world draped in perpetual mist and drenched by powerful monsoons. The landscape is a startling, almost fluorescent green. Water is the architect here, carving deep gorges, feeding countless waterfalls, nourishing a jungle so dense it seems to swallow the light. This is a land that feels primal, ancient and vibrantly alive. Meghalaya is overlooked for the same reason the Altai Republic is, its remoteness. Tucked away in a corner of India that is culturally and geographically distinct from the mainland, it requires a dedicated journey. For decades, this region was also subject to travel restrictions which kept it off the mainstream tourist map. Even though access is now much easier, the perception of it being a distant, inaccessible frontier remains. It doesn't have the grand monuments of Delhi or the famous beaches of Goa. Its treasures are quieter, woven into the fabric of the landscape and the culture of its indigenous Khasi, Jantia and Garo peoples. The culture here is matrilineal, a rarity in the world. Lineage and inheritance are passed down through the women of the family. This societal structure gives Meghalaya a unique social fabric, one that feels both progressive and deeply traditional. The people are warm and welcoming with a quiet dignity. Their lives are intimately tied to the rhythms of the seasons and the powerful forces of nature that surround them. To travel here is to enter a world where the feminine principle is revered, not just in society, but in the very landscape itself, which is often seen as a nurturing, life-giving mother. Your journey will likely begin in Shillong, the state's capital, often called the Scotland of the East for its rolling hills and colonial-era charm. But to truly understand Meghalaya, you must leave the city behind. You must travel to the southern slopes, to towns like Cherrapunji and Mawson Ram, which vie for the title of the rainiest spot on the planet. Here the air is thick with moisture, the sound of dripping water is a constant companion, and the world is seen through a soft focus lens of fog and mist. This is where you begin to understand the profound relationship between the people and the rain. The most extraordinary marvel of Meghalaya is not built but grown. Deep in the dense tropical forests, the Khasi people have developed a unique form of bioengineering. For centuries, they have guided the aerial roots of the Ficus elastica tree across rivers and gorges, weaving them together over time to create living root bridges. These structures are a testament to patience and a deep understanding of the natural world. A new bridge can take 15 to 30 years to become fully functional. Unlike concrete and steel, these bridges become stronger with age, merging with the ecosystem, providing a vital link for remote villages. To see these bridges is a humbling experience. The most famous is the double-decker bridge in Nongriat village, a two-tiered masterpiece of natural architecture. But getting there is an adventure in itself. It requires a steep descent of over 3,000 steps, a journey that takes you deep into the valley, past smaller root bridges and crystal clear natural swimming pools. The air is humid and filled with the sounds of the jungle, the chirping of insects, the calls of unseen birds, the rush of water. This is not a casual sightseeing trip, it is a pilgrimage into the heart of the Khasi Hills. The best time to visit is from October to May, outside the heaviest monsoon season. Skies are clearer, trails are less slippery, and waterfalls are spectacular. Accommodation is often in simple, community-run homestays. This offers a wonderful opportunity to experience Khasi hospitality firsthand. You will eat simple but delicious meals cooked by the family and fall asleep to the sounds of the forest. This is sustainable tourism in its purest form, where your visit directly supports the communities that are the guardians of these natural wonders. Beyond the bridges, Meghalaya offers a world of natural wonders to explore. There are vast cave systems, there are sacred groves. You can swim in the impossibly clear waters of the Umgot River in Darki, where boats seem to float on air. When you travel here, carry a reusable water bottle and be mindful of your waste. Respect the sacredness of the groves and the fragility of the root bridges. You are a guest in a living, breathing landscape that demands reverence and care. From the wet hills of Meghalaya, we journey south to a country often associated with flat riverine plains and bustling cities. But in the southeastern corner of Bangladesh, bordering Myanmar, lies a region that shatters all expectations. This is the Bandarban Hill Tracts, a landscape of rolling green hills, dense forests, and winding rivers. This is the green roof of Bangladesh, a remote and rugged area that is home to more than a dozen distinct indigenous groups, each with its own language, customs, and traditions. This is a side of the country that few travelers, even seasoned ones, ever get to see. Bandarban is missed by the masses due to a combination of factors. Firstly, its geography. It is far from the capital, Dhaka, and requires a long journey by bus or car over winding roads. Secondly, for a long time, the region was politically sensitive and access for foreigners was restricted. While regulations have eased, a permit is still required to travel to many parts of the district, a bureaucratic step that discourages casual visitors. This has kept the region preserved from the impacts of mass tourism, allowing it to retain a raw, untouched quality that is increasingly rare in South Asia. The true richness of Bandarban lies in its cultural diversity. This is the home of the Mama, the Bom, the Tripura, and the Mru peoples, among others. Their villages are scattered throughout the hills, often perched on ridges or nestled in valleys. Life here is simple and deeply connected to the land. They practice a form of slash and burn agriculture known as jum cultivation, a tradition that has sustained them for centuries. To travel through Bandarban is to move through a mosaic of cultures, to hear a symphony of different languages, and to witness ways of life that have remained unchanged for generations. The main town, also called Bandarban, is the gateway to the region. It sits on the banks of the Sangu River, a bustling hub where people from the surrounding hills come to trade. From here, you can venture deeper into the hill tracts. You can trek to the highest peaks in Bangladesh, Tajingdong and Kyokadong, though they are modest by Himalayan standards. You can take a boat trip up the Sangu River, watching the stunning landscape unfold as you pass by small villages and bamboo forests. This is a destination for the intrepid traveler, one who is seeking genuine cultural immersion and is willing to embrace the challenges of off-the-beaten-path travel. The best time to visit Bandarban is during the winter months, November, December, January, February. The weather is dry and cool, ideal for trekking and ideal for exploring, clear skies, panoramic hilltop views. The monsoon season, June, July, August, September, October, turns the hills lush and green, but travel becomes extremely difficult, roads often impassable from landslides. Plan for winter for a safer trip and a more comfortable journey so you can fully experience the region without heavy rain, logistics. Travel here needs a flexible, respectful attitude. Infrastructure is basic outside the main town. Simple guest houses, homestays in tribal villages. Close-up portrait of a Marma woman outside her stilt house. These stays offer deep cultural exchange. Share a meal with a local family. Learn their customs. Listen to their stories. Hire a local guide, often required for travel permits. A guide is your bridge to the local culture. They translate, they explain local etiquette, they help ensure your presence is positive. Remember, you're a guest in someone's home. Dress modestly, cover your shoulders, cover your knees, ask permission before photographing people or homes. Smile, offer a respectful greeting, bring small practical gifts, school supplies for children, basic medical supplies. Give them to the village headman for distribution. Don't give money directly to children. Aim for respectful exchange, not spectacle. Food is a highlight, different from mainstream Bengali cuisine focused on fresh foraged ingredients, bamboo shoots, wild herbs, unusual vegetables. Local specialty, bamboo, chicken stuffed with spices, cooked inside hollow bamboo over open fire. Delicious, authentic taste of the hills. Embrace local food, be open to new flavors, discover another layer of cultural tapestry, a journey that nourishes the soul and the palate. Bhutan, the kingdom of the thunder dragon, is already known for its exclusive, high-value approach to tourism. It is by design an off-the-beaten-path destination. Yet even within this secluded kingdom, there are corners that remain truly hidden. Most visitors stick to the well-trodden circuit of Paro, Thimphu, Punakha, but for those willing to venture further, the country's central and eastern valleys offer a glimpse into a more traditional, less visited Bhutan. Valleys like Phobjikar, Bumthang, Ha Valley are where you can find a deeper sense of peace and a more intimate connection with Bhutanese life. These valleys are missed simply because of time and logistics. A standard Bhutanese itinerary is often a week long, which only allows for exploration of the western part of the country. Reaching the central valleys of Bumthang, the spiritual heartland of Bhutan, requires a long multi-day drive over high mountain passes. The Hea Valley, though close to Paro, was only open to foreign tourists in 2002 and remains a quieter alternative. This extra effort acts as a natural filter, ensuring that those who make the journey are rewarded with fewer crowds and a more authentic, unhurried experience. The Phobjikar Valley is a vast, bowl-shaped glacial valley on the western slopes of the Black Mountains. It is a protected conservation area, most famous as the winter home of the rare black-necked cranes, which migrate here from the Tibetan plateau. During the winter months, the valley is a paradise for bird watchers, but even outside of crane season, its serene beauty is captivating. You can stay in a local farmhouse experiencing the simple agrarian lifestyle. You can hike along nature trails that wind through pine forests and across the valley floor, with the magnificent Gangti Monastery watching over you from a nearby hilltop. Bumthang is not a single valley, but a complex of 4 beautiful valleys: Chokhor, Tang, Ura, and Chum. This region is considered the spiritual cradle of Bhutan, dotted with some of the kingdom's oldest and most sacred temples and monasteries. The pace of life here is slow and contemplative. This is the perfect place for peaceful walks from village to village and for exploring ancient sites without the presence of large tour groups. You can visit artisan workshops where traditional Yatra wool textiles are woven, or a local brewery that produces the famous Red Panda beer. Bumthang feels like a journey back in time. Section 6, the path to serenity. The best time to explore Bhutan's hidden valleys is during the spring, March to May, and autumn, September to November. In spring, the rhododendrons are in full bloom, painting the hillsides in vibrant colors. In autumn, the skies are crisp and clear, offering stunning views of the Himalayan peaks. These seasons give the most pleasant weather for hiking and driving over high passes. Travel to Bhutan requires booking through a licensed tour operator and paying the daily sustainable development fee. You can work with your operator to create a custom itinerary focused on these less visited regions. For a unique experience in the Ha Valley, plan your visit during the annual Ha Summer Festival. It's a celebration of the valley's nomadic traditions, culture, and natural beauty. Much more intimate than festivals in Paro or Thimphu. Watch traditional sports, taste local cuisine, interact with the harps, the people of the valley. Outside the festival, the valley is a haven of tranquility. Hike up to Chelala Pass, one of Bhutan's highest motorable passes, for breathtaking views of Mount Jomohari and the surrounding peaks. Consider a homestay or local farmhouse stay to truly connect. Move beyond tourist to guest, share meals with the family, learn to make emadachi, try your hand at archery. These interactions are the heart of the Bhutanese travel experience. They offer a window into gross national happiness, which prioritizes community, culture, and well-being over material wealth. In remote valleys, low-impact travel principles are paramount. Bhutan leads in environmental conservation, and visitors should share this commitment. Stick to designated trails, do not litter, and be respectful of the pristine environment. When visiting monasteries and temples, dress modestly and follow your tour leader's guidance. Remove your hat and shoes before entering. The silence and sanctity of these places are part of their power. Travel with mindfulness and respect. Honor the spirit of this extraordinary kingdom and its serene hidden corners. Section 1. Laos, the river's slow rhythm. We drift south into Southeast Asia, mega cities, famous beaches, backpacker trails, but we seek the spaces in between. Northern Laos, limestone casts shrouded in mist, dense jungle, rivers as highways, not Vang Vieng's party scene, not Luang Prabang's gilded temples. Heading further north, Hongsali, Luang Nam Tha, life moves at the pace of the water, a place a world away from the tourist circuit. The journey is the destination. It demands surrender. You cannot rush it. No airports to small towns, no highways for quick transit. The slow boat is primary transport, a long, narrow vessel chugging along up and down rivers like the Nam U, a deterrent for time-crunched travelers. Abandon your itinerary. Accept delays. Find beauty in the slow, meditative unfolding. It forces you to slow down, a tapestry of dozens of ethnic groups. Khmu villages, Akar villages, Hmong villages, other ethnic communities, each with distinct language, traditional dress, unique belief systems, lives governed by the river and by the forest, by the rhythm of planting and harvesting, animist beliefs alongside Buddhism, the landscape alive with spirits. You are a guest in an ancient cultural mosaic. Traditions are living and present. The journey begins in a dusty river town, Muang Koa, Nong Kaiao, gateways, not destinations, functional, gritty towns, a simple guest house, a bowl of noodle soup, a boat to take you further, shed the skin of the tourist, become a traveller, communicate with gestures, communicate with smiles, learn to wait, sit on the wooden bench of a boat, the engines drone as a mantra. Watch the world drift by, the slow hypnotic rhythm of the river. Section 2, down the Nam U. The journey down the Nam U River from Pongsali province towards Luang Prabang is one of the great river voyages of Southeast Asia. It's a multi-day trip that takes you through some of the most spectacular and remote scenery in the country. The river carves a path through a landscape of impossibly steep limestone cliffs that rise vertically from the water's edge. The jungle clings to every surface, a riot of green. You pass by small isolated villages where children run to the riverbank to wave, their shouts echoing across the water. The boat becomes your world, a moving vantage point on a life that is entirely dependent on this waterway. This journey is not about comfort. The boats are basic, often crowded with locals, their goods, and maybe a few chickens. You sit on hard wooden benches for hours on end. The sun can be relentless, the engine deafening, but these discomforts are the price of admission. They strip away the buffers of modern travel and immerse you completely in the experience. You share snacks with your fellow passengers. You watch the boatman navigate the treacherous currents with a lifetime of practiced skill. You feel the spray of the river on your face. This is travel at its most elemental and most rewarding. Along the way, the boat will stop at villages that seem untouched by the outside world. Places like Muengonyoa, a village that until recently was only accessible by river and had no roads and limited electricity. Here you can find a simple bungalow for the night, eat a meal of freshly caught fish, and fall asleep to the sounds of the jungle. It's an opportunity to experience a way of life that is rapidly disappearing. You can trek to nearby caves, swim in the river, or simply sit on your veranda and watch the timeless rhythm of village life unfold before you. The best time for this river journey is during the dry season from October to April. The water levels are safer and the weather is more pleasant. It is essential to be a respectful and low-impact traveller. Dress modestly when you're in the villages. Ask for permission before taking photos. Support the local economy by buying handicrafts and eating at local food stalls, but avoid giving handouts to children. This journey is a privilege, a glimpse into a fragile world. By traveling with awareness and humility, you can ensure that your presence is a positive one, helping to preserve the beauty and integrity of this hidden corner of Laos. We fly east across the South China Sea to an archipelago that feels more like Ireland than Southeast Asia. This is Batanes. It is the northernmost province of the Philippines. It is a cluster of 10 small islands, only 3 of which are inhabited. Battered by the winds, Pacific Ocean, Luzon Strait. This is the country's last frontier. Rolling green hills, dramatic cliffs plunging into the sea, traditional stone houses built to withstand typhoons, stark windswept beauty, utterly unique in the Philippines and in all of Asia, isolation, cost, closer to Taiwan than to Luzon. Flights are infrequent, notoriously expensive, often cancelled, unpredictable weather. Typhoon Alley reputation, logistical hurdles deter most travelers. Palawan. Boracay. Isolation as a protective barrier, preserving pristine landscape, preserving Ivatan culture. The Ivatan people, a testament to human resilience, culture shaped by a harsh environment, famous stone houses, thick limestone walls, Kogan grass roofs, architectural marvels of durability, designed to stand firm against the strongest storms. Honesty, strong community bonds. Honesty coffee shop, unmanned store, customers take what they need, leave correct payment in a box, a symbol of trust and integrity. Your journey begins on Bataan Basco, the capital. Explore by tricycle, explore by rented bicycle. Naidi Lighthouse, Taid Lighthouse, Savadak Village, Chavayan Village, neighboring island Sabtang, where time seems to have stood still, not for nightlife, not for resort living. Long walks, quiet contemplation, profound appreciation for the raw power and beauty of nature. The best time to visit Batanes is during the driest part of the year and the calmest part of the year, typically from March to May. This is the summer season when the skies are clearer, the seas are less rough, and the chances of flight cancellations are lower. The weather is still windy, but more pleasant for exploring the outdoors. June to October is peak typhoon season. Travel discouraged. Plan for the spring shoulder season to see the islands green and windswept without major storm risk. Getting around Batanes is part of the charm. Hire a tricycle with a local driver guide. Rent a bicycle to explore at your own pace. Rent a motorcycle for more freedom. Visit Sabtang. Visit Itbayat. Take a falua, a traditional open-deck boat built for rough channels. The crossing to Sabtang is short and thrilling. The journey to Itbayat is multi-hour and only for the truly adventurous. The culture of the Ivatans is deeply intertwined with their environment. Closer war Ivatan woman wearing a vakul try their simple hearty local cuisine. Flying fish, yams, other root crops. Dine at a local farm to taste traditional Ivatan cooking. The locals are warm and shy. A greeting, Kapen kapanu Dios, is met with a genuine smile. Always ask permission before photographing people at home or work. Sustainability is a way of life in Batanes. The Ivatans have practiced sustainable living for centuries. Uphold that ethos as a visitor. The islands have a fragile ecosystem and limited resources. Follow leave no trace principles. Do not touch or walk on the coral. Respect protected areas and traditional heritage sites. Stay in family-run homestays. Buy authentic handicrafts. Batanes is a treasure. Beauty in simplicity, and a community living in harmony with powerful nature. From the windswept north, we journey to the volcanic heart of the Indonesian archipelago. When people think of Indonesia, they think of Bali. But just a short flight east lies a chain of islands that offer adventure on a completely different scale. This is Nusa Tenggara, and our focus is on the island of Flores. Its name, given by the Portuguese, means flowers, but this is a land of dragons, volcanoes, and ancient traditions. It is a long, rugged island that stretches for hundreds of kilometers, offering a cross-country journey that is one of the great epics of Southeast Asian travel. Flores is missed by the millions who flock to Bali because it requires more effort. It is not an island of five-star resorts and yoga retreats. It is an island of rough roads, basic infrastructure, and unpredictable travel. The classic way to see Flores is an overland trip, a journey of several days by car or bus from Maumere in the east to Labuan Bajo in the west, or vice versa. This journey is not for the comfort seeker, it is for the traveler who is willing to trade luxury for an experience of raw, untamed Indonesia, a land of staggering natural beauty and deeply rooted cultural traditions. The cultural landscape of Flores is as dramatic as its physical one. The island is predominantly Catholic, a legacy of Portuguese colonization. But this Christianity is blended with older animist beliefs. You will see ancient megalithic tombs standing next to Catholic churches. The island is home to several distinct ethnic groups such as the Leo, the Ngada, and the Manggarai, each with its own language and customs. In the central highlands around the town of Bajawa, you can visit traditional Ngada villages like Bena and Luba with their unique thatched roof houses, stone altars, and symbols of ancestral worship. The gateway to the west is Labuan Bajo, a once sleepy fishing village that has boomed as the jumping off point for Komodo National Park. This is where you come to see the world's largest lizard, the Komodo dragon, in its natural habitat. A boat trip through the park is a must-do. You will sail through a stunning archipelago of dry, rugged islands, stopping to trek in search of the dragons on Rinca or Komodo Island. The journey also includes stops for snorkeling in crystal clear waters, swimming with manta rays, and hiking to the iconic viewpoint on Padar Island for a panoramic vista of its tri-colored beaches. Section 6, the Dragon's Lair and the Three-Colored Lakes. The undisputed highlight of a Flores Overland journey is seeing the crater lakes of Mount Kelimutu at sunrise. Located near the town of Moni, this volcano holds 3 lakes that are famous for changing color: turquoise, green, brown, red, or even black, a phenomenon caused by the dissolving of different minerals in the water. According to local legend, the lakes are the resting place for departed souls, the old, the young, and the wicked. To stand on the crater rim as the sun rises and illuminates the 3 distinctively colored lakes is a mystical, unforgettable experience. The journey overland across Flores is an adventure in itself. The Trans-Flores Highway winds its way through volcanic peaks, deep valleys, and terraced rice paddies. The road is long and tortuous, but every bend reveals a new spectacular view. You will pass through bustling market towns, quiet mountain villages, and along coastlines with beautiful empty beaches. One such place is the Bluestone Beach near Enda, where the shore is covered in smooth turquoise-colored stones. The best way to do this trip is by hiring a car and driver, which gives you the flexibility to stop wherever you please. The best time to visit Flores and Komodo National Park is during the dry season, from April to October. This period offers the best weather for trekking, boating, and diving with calmer seas and clearer skies. Accommodation along the overland route is generally basic, consisting of simple guest houses or losmen. In Labuan Bajo, you can find a wider range of options, from budget hostels to luxury resorts. The food is simple but flavorful, with a heavy emphasis on fresh fish, rice, and spicy sambal. Be sure to try the local coffee, as Flores produces some of the best beans in Indonesia. Diving and snorkeling around Flores are world class. The waters of Komodo National Park are a marine biodiversity hotspot, part of the Coral Triangle. Here you can find vibrant coral reefs teeming with life, from tiny pygmy seahorses to giant manta rays and sharks. Even if you are not a certified diver, snorkeling trips offer an incredible window into this underwater paradise. As you travel, remember that you are in a delicate and protected environment. Support responsible tour operators who prioritize conservation. Do not touch the coral or harass the wildlife. Flores is a land of wonders both above and below the water, and it deserves our utmost respect. Section 1. South Korea's slow islands, a different pace. Our journey now takes a turn, seeking a different kind of quiet. We arrive in East Asia, a region known for its hyper-modern cities, technological prowess, and relentless pace of life. Seoul, Tokyo, Taipei, these are global behemoths that pulse with an electric energy. But beyond the neon glow and the crowded subways, another world exists. We are heading for the southern coast of South Korea to a constellation of small islands that have been designated as slow cities. Places like Cheongsando, Jongdo, part of an international movement that prioritizes culture, nature, and a deliberate, unhurried way of life. This is the antidote to the frantic pace of the modern world. These islands are often overlooked by international travelers who are drawn to the dynamic energy of Seoul or the historical charm of Gyeongju. They are not on the typical tourist trail. Getting to them requires a conscious effort, a train ride from a major city, followed by a bus journey to a small port, and finally a ferry across the water. This multi-step process acts as a natural filter, preserving the island's tranquility. They offer no grand monuments or thrilling amusement parks. Their appeal is more subtle, found in the rhythm of the tides, the kindness of the locals, and the simple beauty of a landscape allowed to just be. The concept of a slow city or slow island is a promise. It's a commitment to preserving traditional lifestyles, protecting the natural environment, and fostering a deep sense of community. On these islands, you won't find fast food chains or towering hotels. Instead, you'll discover family-run guest houses, small restaurants serving food grown in local fields, and people who have time to stop and talk. The goal is not to see as much as possible, but to experience a place as deeply as possible. It is a philosophy of travel that values connection over consumption and presence over performance. Cheongsando, one of the first designated slow cities in Asia, is a perfect embodiment of this idea. Located off the southern coast, the island is famous for its slow roads, a network of walking trails that meander through stunning scenery. These paths take you past terraced barley fields that turn a vibrant green in the spring, through quiet fishing villages and along dramatic coastal cliffs. The island's name means Green Mountain Island, a fitting description for its lush rolling hills. To walk these trails is to physically slow your pace, to match your rhythm to the gentle cadence of the island itself. It is a form of moving meditation. Section 2. The Art of Doing Nothing. The best time to visit South Korea's slow islands is in the spring from April to May. Cheongsando's barley fields are at their most brilliant green and the weather is perfect for walking. The island hosts a slow walking festival, a celebration of its unique culture and landscape. Autumn from September to November is also a beautiful season, with clear skies and comfortable temperatures. These shoulder seasons let you enjoy the island's serene beauty without the summer heat, offering a more peaceful, contemplative journey. Another gem, Jongdo Island. This island is known for something different: salt. It is home to the Taepyeong Salt Farm, the largest sun-dried salt farm in Korea. You can walk along the fields, watching the workers rake the salt into gleaming white piles. The island also features a vast tidal flat, a UNESCO Biosphere Reserve, a haven for birds and marine life. You can walk across the mud flats on a long wooden bridge, feeling the immense quiet expanse of the landscape. It is a place that teaches you about the beauty of simplicity and the importance of natural cycles. Accommodation on these islands is part of the experience. You will likely stay in a minbak, a type of guest house run by a local family. These are simple, clean, and offer a wonderful opportunity for cultural immersion. Your host might offer you a meal made with fresh caught abalone or vegetables from their garden. This is not the anonymous experience of a hotel. It is a chance to be a guest in a community. It is a reminder that hospitality is not a service to be bought, but a connection to be shared. Embrace the simplicity, learn a few words of Korean, and you will be rewarded with a warmth that is truly memorable. The art of visiting a slow island is the art of doing nothing. It is about giving yourself permission to be still. Find a spot on a quiet beach and watch the fishing boats come and go. Sit in a small cafe and sip on a cup of tea for an hour. Read a book. Take a nap. Resist the urge to constantly be moving, to be doing something. The real gift of these islands is the space they provide. Space to breathe, space to think, and to reconnect with yourself. In a world that constantly demands our attention, the greatest luxury is the freedom to simply be quiet and observe. From the quiet islands of Korea, our journey takes us south to an island nation that is a powerhouse of innovation and industry. But we are not here for Taipei 101 or the bustling night markets. We are heading to the other side of Taiwan, its wild, rugged east coast. The Qingshui Cliffs plunge into the turquoise Pacific, a strip of land squeezed between the towering central mountain range and the deep blue of the Pacific Ocean. Breathtaking cliffs, black sand beaches, small, forgotten fishing towns. Taiwan's untamed frontier, a world away from the crowded western plains. The east coast remains largely undeveloped. One simple reason: geography. The formidable mountains act as a natural barrier that makes building major highways and railways difficult, which has preserved the region's raw beauty from urban sprawl. For travelers, it means a slower, intentional journey. You cannot rush the east coast. Follow the winding roads that hug the cliffs. The path forces you to slow down and absorb the immense scale. The journey itself is the main attraction. Highway 11, Hualien to Taitung, the Suhua Highway further north. Two of Asia's most scenic drives. A ribbon of asphalt clinging to the edge of a continent. On one side, lush jungle-covered mountains. On the other, the endless Pacific crashing on the shore. The views are relentless. They demand you pull over, get out of your car, and stare. A drive that makes you feel small in the best possible way. A home to indigenous communities, Amis, Kavalan people. Their culture is deeply tied to land and sea. Pass through their villages, see colorful art, hear traditional music, learn about their history. The annual Amas Harvest Festival, held in summer, a vibrant celebration, dance, song, community. Visiting the East Coast is about landscapes and connecting with deep indigenous roots. The best time to explore Taiwan's East Coast is during the spring from March to May, and the autumn in October to November. During these seasons, the weather is generally dry and pleasant, and the risk of typhoons is lower. Summers are hot and humid, and they bring the peak of typhoon season. Typhoons can cause road closures and disrupt travel plans. Winters can be cool and rainy, especially in the north. The shoulder seasons of spring and autumn offer the perfect balance for a road trip along this spectacular coastline. Hualien is the largest city on the east coast and the gateway to Taroko Gorge National Park. While Taroko is famous, many visitors only see it as a day trip. To truly appreciate it, spend a few days exploring its deeper trails, explore its mountain shrines, and cross-suspension bridges that hang over the rushing Liwu River. The gorge is a masterpiece of nature, a deep canyon carved through pure marble. Hike its trails with towering marble walls on either side. It's humbling and awe-inspiring, connecting you to the geological power that shaped this island. Further south, the East Rift Valley offers a different kind of beauty, tucked between the central mountain range and the coastal mountain range. It's a fertile plain, a patchwork of vibrant green rice paddies dotted with small farming towns. This is the perfect region to explore by bicycle. Ride dedicated bike paths that follow old railway lines. Pass through fields of flowers, stop at local farms for fresh fruit. Towns like Chisheng are famous for high-quality rice, and the iconic Mr. Brown Avenue offers a peaceful, bucolic escape. As you travel, be sure to sample the local cuisine. The East Coast is known for incredible seafood caught fresh from the Pacific. In small fishing ports, you can eat at simple restaurants, serving whatever was brought in that day. Try the sweet pomelos of Hualien and roselle flowers brewed into a refreshing tea. Support local farmers, support local fishermen, support restaurant owners. It's a journey that satisfies the soul and the appetite in equal measure. Our final destination takes us to a place where nature, art, and time converge. We travel to Japan, a country where ancient tradition and futuristic modernity exist in a delicate balance. We are bypassing the sprawling metropolis of Tokyo, Osaka, and heading for the calm waters of the Seto Inland Sea. This body of water is dotted with over 3,000 islands, many of which were once forgotten, their populations dwindling as young people left for the cities. But in recent decades, a remarkable transformation has occurred. These islands have become a global destination for contemporary art. This region, known as Setouchi, is overlooked by those on the golden route of Tokyo, Kyoto, Hiroshima. It requires a detour, a deliberate choice to step off the high-speed train and onto a slow-moving ferry. The art project began as a way to revitalize these depopulating islands, to bring back life and purpose. The result is a unique travel experience where the journey between islands is as much a part of the art as the installations themselves. It is a place that challenges the very idea of a museum, scattering its collection across an entire archipelago and integrating it into the landscape and the community. The heart of the Setouchi art project is the island of Naoshima. Here, world-class museums designed by the renowned architect Tadao Ando are built directly into the landscape. The Chichu Art Museum, for instance, is built almost entirely underground, using natural light to illuminate works by Claude Monet, Walter de Maria, and James Turrell. The Benes House is a unique fusion of a museum and a hotel, allowing you to sleep among the art. Dotted around the island are outdoor sculptures, like Yayoi Kusama's famous yellow pumpkin, which has become a symbol of the region's artistic rebirth. But Naoshima is just the beginning. The real magic of Setouchi is in island hopping. Each island offers a different experience. On Tashima, you can visit the breathtaking Tashima Art Museum, a single vast concrete shell where water droplets emerge from the floor in a mesmerizing meditative display. On Inujima, a former copper refinery has been transformed into a museum that reflects on Japan's industrial past. On the more rural islands, you will find art house projects, where artists have converted old empty houses into permanent art installations, breathing new life into forgotten spaces and preserving the island's architectural heritage. The best way to experience the art islands is by attending the Setouchi Triennale, a major art festival held every 3 years. Hundreds of new artworks are installed across a dozen islands. There is a palpable buzz of creative energy. However, visiting outside of the Triennale period can be even more rewarding. The crowds are smaller, the pace is slower. You have more time and space to quietly contemplate the art and the environment. The art sites are permanent, so you can enjoy them year-round. Spring offers pleasant weather for ferry travel. Autumn offers pleasant weather for walking around the islands. Getting around requires a bit of planning, but it's part of the charm. Ferries, local buses, the ferry journeys themselves are a delight, offering beautiful sea views. On the larger islands, Naoshima, Teshima, renting an electric bicycle is the perfect way to explore. It gives you the freedom to travel at your own pace, discover hidden coves and quiet viewpoints, feel the sea breeze as you cycle between museums and installations. This slow, deliberate transport complements the contemplative nature of the art. These are not just art theme parks. They are living communities. Many islanders are elderly. They have welcomed the artistic revival with quiet grace. Be a respectful visitor. Greet people with a friendly konnichiwa. Do not trespass on private property. Support the local economy by eating at small, family-run cafes, restaurants that have opened on the islands. These places serve simple, delicious meals made with local ingredients, offering an authentic taste of island life. Your visit is part of the revitalization project. Your mindful presence helps ensure its success. The Seto Inland Sea offers a profound, unique travel experience, a journey that blends art, architecture, nature, creativity, breathes new life into forgotten places. Art is a powerful force for community and connection. It encourages you to slow down, to look closely, to find beauty in unexpected corners. To travel here is to participate in a conversation between the past, the future, the land, the imagination. It is a fitting final stop on our journey through Asia's hidden gems. We've traveled a long way together, from the sacred mountains of Siberia to the art islands of Japan. We've drifted down lazy rivers in Laos and clung to cliffs above the Pacific in Taiwan. We've seen living bridges grown from roots and towers built to touch the sky. We have journeyed through the quiet spaces, the forgotten corners, the places that exist in the whispers between the headlines. These destinations are more than just points on a map. They are a reminder. The world is still vast, still mysterious, still full of secrets for those willing to look. The value of choosing these places goes far beyond a unique photo or a good story. It's about what happens to you when you step off the well-trodden path. You're forced to rely on yourself, on your wits, on the kindness of strangers. You learn to be patient, you learn to be humble. You connect with people not as a customer but as a guest. You eat food that wasn't made for a tourist palate but for a family. This is where travel stops being a transaction and becomes a transformation. It's a deeper, more meaningful engagement with the world. Fewer crowds mean more space, not just physical space, but mental space. In the quiet of a Himalayan valley or on a windswept Philippine island, the noise of your own life begins to fade. You start to notice the small things, the way the light changes on a mountainside, the sound of the wind in the barley fields, the taste of salt in the air. This is the clarity that comes from simplicity. It's a chance to reconnect not just with nature, but with yourself. You find a part of you that gets lost in the rush of daily life. Ultimately, this journey is about personal growth. It's about challenging your own perceptions and prejudices. It's about understanding that your way of seeing the world is just one of many. By choosing the path less traveled, you're not just discovering new places, you're discovering a new version of yourself, one that is more resilient, more open, more aware. You return home not just with memories, but with a new perspective. You have redrawn your own map of the world, and in doing so, you have redrawn the map of who you are. So, you feel the pull. You're ready to look beyond the brochure. But how do you do it right? It's not just about where you go, it's about how you go. A journey to these fragile places comes with a responsibility. Think of it as a traveler's creed, a simple checklist for moving through the world with respect and intention. It begins before you even leave home. Pack light, but pack smart. Bring layers, bring a good first aid kit, bring a reusable water bottle, leave the unnecessary gadgets behind. The less you carry, the freer you will be. Once you are there, be a good guest. You are walking through someone else's home, their community, their sacred space. Behave with humility, dress modestly, especially away from tourist centers or at religious sites. Learn a few words of the local language. Simple hello and thank you can open doors and hearts. Always ask for permission before photographing a person. A moment of connection is worth more than a stolen image. Treat people with the dignity they deserve. Support the local economy in a way that matters. Choose a family-run guest house over an international chain. Eat at small local restaurants, authentic food, money to the cooks, hire local guides, buy handicrafts directly from the artisans who make them. Your choices have a real tangible impact. Make them count. Finally, protect yourself and the people you meet. Get the right travel insurance. Be aware of your health and the local conditions, and leave no trace. Try to leave a place better than you found it. By traveling with this creed, you ensure that these hidden gems remain special, not just for you, but for the local communities and for the travelers who will follow in your footsteps. We have shown you a handful of possibilities, a few whispers from a continent full of secrets, but this is not a definitive list. It is an invitation to look at the map with fresh eyes, to be curious, to ask what's over that mountain, what's down that river, what's on that island that no one ever talks about. The greatest hidden gem is the one you discover for yourself, the one that isn't in any guidebook, the one that comes from a chance conversation, a wrong turn, a leap of faith. The spirit of exploration is alive and well. These places teach us that smarter travel is more rewarding travel. It's about choosing authenticity, not spectacle. It's about seeking connection, not comfort. Value isn't measured in miles covered or sites ticked off a list, but in moments of genuine human exchange and quiet contemplation. Travel in a way that is sustainable for the environment, for the culture, quieter, slower, more profound. The difference between being a tourist and being a traveler. The world is changing. Some places won't remain hidden forever. The roads will be paved. The airports will be built. The crowds will arrive. That is the march of time. But the ethos can endure. Seek out the quiet corners. Be a respectful guest. Travel with an open heart, an open mind. That choice we can always make. The journey to find the Asia most people never see is a journey to find a better way to travel. If this inspired your next journey, like the video. Subscribe to EarthProLife. Comment which destination surprised you most. This is more than a call to action. It's the start of a conversation, a community of travelers who believe the world is still full of wonder. The journey never truly ends. It just waits for you to take the next step. Travel deeper, travel wiser, discover the world waiting for you. Which underrated destination would you visit first if crowds didn't matter? Comment below and share your travel dream.